Mr. Shirish Bhide has more than 30 years of experience. He is an engineer, plus he has an ICWA qualification, immense knowledge on lean production systems, Six Sigma certified. He has won many awards and appreciations to his cap. Now, may I now request Mr. Shirish to give us an insight of what he feels on these challenges. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Guru. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So good morning to all, and I would like to bring some more perspectives and add to what Anupam said already. I think one of the facts that we need to be aware of as Indians is we are really not used to social distancing. That is not in our culture, our upbringing. So this is something that we will have to learn over a period of time, and this will be the need of the hour, as I can very clearly see that this pandemic is not going to be a very short-term story, but it will be with us almost for next 1.5 years. So we have to really imbibe and learn the technique of social distancing. And I can quote a couple examples. You see our traffic, we will always bring the car so close to the car in the front. So, it is in our blood that we are not used to social distancing. We will just like to be with people as much as we can. And that is a big difference we have to bring in the industry when we look at shop floors and, for that matter, logistics services, or for that matter, any services that are running in industry. So that is going to be something which we have to learn. And for that, extensive training, awareness, and something called a concept that we are trying to put in Cummins called as safety commanders, who will really coach people every now and then that how social distancing is going to be important in the coming time. And we have to really see through all our processes. We really did a deep dive into right from the operators coming in the shop floor, doing the punching of their cards. So you have to start right from there, the social distancing. If I move backwards, it starts with the bus stops where we pick up our employees. In the buses, we have to maintain social distancing. We have to further extend it on the shop floor. And we have to really take a deep dive that how many of our processes need more than one person to operate, and whether there is enough distance available between the stations, between the workstations, between the common usage of tools, which is very, very normal in Indian industry. All these factors we will have to look at. Canteen, we just created social distancing guidelines and start implementing them 6 feet distance. We kind of found that our capacity of canteen dropped down by 75%. Only 25% of the people can use canteen now. So we will have to really look at, increasing the number of canteen breaks and still align that in the shop floor, that we don't have any issues in running our process smoothly. Similarly, on logistics front, what we learned from our colleagues in China and colleagues in US and UK, that one of the biggest threat that they were exposed to was coming through the logistics service providers and truck drivers especially. So we will have to really be very careful in terms of identifying the opportunities that right from the entry of the people, anyone for that matter, it is a service provider or a visitor or an employee or anyone for that matter, we will have to have a strict protocol of adhering to the safety norms, hygiene, which is sanitization, using sanitizers, controlling the temperatures of people coming in, having proper medical facilities inside your setup in order to support if anyone is found with any problem in terms of higher temperature or any symptoms of coronavirus. So all these things cannot be only restricted to employees, but we have to look at a wider gamut in terms of the service providers, including the logistics service providers, warehouse service providers, and all the services that we get in our plants. Finally, I will touch base on what Anupam iterated, which is the smart manufacturing. That Industry 4 was already a buzzword even before this pandemic came in. And I think the need of the Industry 4 is going to be more and more prominent as we move along. And we need to really encourage all our stakeholders, be it employees, be it service providers, that how one can be innovative or creative in understanding that which are the areas or opportunities where we can implement Industry 4 techniques. And they need not be very high capital intensive techniques, but they can be very smart, very cost effective, but at the same time, they will ensure that we need lesser people. We don't have to really, put manpower to collect data. That should happen automatically. And that would reduce the requirement of people at one place, one site. It might not be resulting into loss of jobs, but at the same time, we can improve the efficiency and the competitiveness of our business. And at the same time, we can bring down the need of people gathering at one place, which is needed because of the needs of data collection and more manual processes and so on. So these are going to be our buzzwords as we move. So just to summarize, social distancing, very important. We have to have a big drive on training and awareness generation for all the stakeholders in the system. Industry 4, that is something that we can really drive and we can really look at every opportunity where we can implement it. We have to take a deep dive into the entire value chain and process to understand what are the areas of risk from where we will be exposed to this pandemic, and for that how we can really take care and develop this as a habit for the times to come. And last but not least is really focusing on all our age-old techniques, be it lean, be it Six Sigma, that how we can resharpen our tools so that we are able to once again bring back all the benefits which can come out of that, which will help in this current challenging and unprecedented times. So that's my view. Thank you.